Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me on this video. In the last one, I asked you for ideas how to turn this boring bed into something more interesting and creative. But before we go there, I need your attention for something else. So let's quickly backtrack and go back to the beginning. Monstera deliciosa. I planted this plant probably 20 years ago. And there's a reason why it's called Monstera, because it becomes monstrously big and it has taken over. And I've sped this video up, otherwise you're going to be here forever. This is the walkway going around the house and you can hardly walk anymore. It is literally creeping up the pillars, and if you let it, it's going to block the whole walkway. So I'm going to have to do something. If you're in White River, you're welcome to come and get a cutting for free, because I'm giving it away and I'm going to trim this down to size. Now, let's go back to regular programming. This is a bamboo palm. I didn't plant it there, the birds did. It's in the wrong place. It becomes really big. I've already pruned it in the last video. It's not going to help. So I've decided to redo this whole bed. This papyrus stuff, it grows tall. It's just not that pretty. This is a mature, well, not really mature, but a bigger sample of the bamboo palm. It really grows big. You can see it's up to the roof. The roots are really, I don't want to say invasive, but it's really big. It kills everything around it because it takes all the nutrients from the soil. And it's just not the right plant at the right place. So I'm going to remove that because this is just too big. I can't have it there. Now let's go through a list of possible plants that I have in pots that I can go and plant there. This is just normal pink or red anthuriums. They've been standing here in the shade. They're not doing well. They really do a lot better in the ground. Tomatophyllum. There's also a Rapidophora decursiva. I don't think I don't want to plant them there. They grow too big. They're too overpowering. The decursiva doesn't really have anything to grow up into. This definitely, I think I'm going to take Alocasia Mickey Mouse, I think it's called. So here's a very sad looking red anthurium in a bag. This can definitely go in there. Some bromelias. These ones I definitely want to put in there. They're quite pretty. They're quite sculptural, very thorny, but I know where I'm going to put them. The other ones are real pineapples. No, don't think so. They grow too big. They're too ugly. Let's see what else we have. That bromelia, I think it wants more shade, and I think that's going to be too sunny. Not going to work. These things that look dead, these are the ginger family. They're all going dormant now. Diffenbachia, no, I don't think so. Deliciousa, no, I'm just trying to get rid of it. Bromelias, I think these ones will do well there. The color will really come out if they get a lot more direct sun or direct light. Those dying plants, they were turmeric, so no, I don't want them there. Let's go around and see what else we have. Anthurium baluanum here in pots. No, I don't think so. I've got quite a lot of them. There's sort of more of the miniature anthuriums and baluanum. Too much. This is an idea. Taka, also known as a bat flower. Maybe I should try and put one there and see how it does. More anthuriums. No, they don't do too well if you plant them in the soil. More baluanums. No, I don't think so. And this is the bed in question. But I've got a lot more plants. I've got a lot of other ideas what I think I should put in there. These are the monsteras I'm going to get rid of. This plant. This is Rothmania speciosa, if I'm correct. It's been standing there in the pot. I grew it from seed. It's not really happy. The Spanish moss has taken it over. I want to put this in there. I think I need the height. It will also do a lot better if I put it in the ground. It's not really happy in a pot. Variegated Monstera, no, I don't think so. There's bird's nest anthurium, colocasias, no, they want too much water. Alocasias, lots of anthuriums, no, I don't think so. More alocasias. They've been doing not too bad for a change in the pots. I neglected them, so now that I moved them here, they look a lot better. Gloriosum, maybe I should. There's some other philodendrons as well. I'm just worried that I don't have anything that they can climb up on against. More anthuriums. I've got some smaller bat lilies. Maybe one of those and see how it does. Let's see, what's this? Aglaonema. Maybe I should consider it. More bromelias. No. This one I definitely want to do, not because of the anthurium, but because of the Nandina domestica, or sacred bamboo. That I think is going to do well there, and it's going to give me some height and some interest. Peperomia, I think maybe that one I should move. It's just so overgrown, that pot. It really needs to be transplanted. More anthurium. This one I'm going to cut off definitely because it's just in the way. I can put that in somewhere with one of the other anthuriums. There's a whole lot of Tillandsia type. There's some succulents as well. The palms, no, I can't put a palm there. It's going to grow too tall. Look at this pretty bromelia. Very nice, really dark red. There's more bromelias, more Tillandsias, maybe for sort of fine gardening in between, but I think I just have to get the structure right. There's some more succulents. I don't think that they're going to really suit that area because I want to keep that area fairly wet. Bilietii, no, I don't think so. More anthuriums. These are more straight loving stuff. They don't really going to do well there. More variegated Monstera, no. I've made cuttings here and I don't think they've really established yet, so that's not an option. And also don't have anything to crawl up against. Early marks, philodendron, I don't know, maybe. Let's see. Once we start there, then we can see what's going on. Maybe I should move this, Adansonii. It's already got a growth pole. I can fix it to the wall, and it's really not doing well there. This is definitely a consideration. Maybe I should take that and so Adansonii. Medinilla, no, this one is planted in the ground, not going to work. Glorious, there's some other, that looks quite pretty, but I think it needs more sun. It's a philodendron, more Mickey Mouse. I'm definitely going to take the other one. Maybe I should keep this. I'm going to try one Gloriosum. Hopefully, the thing is now there's not a lot of sun, but in summer it is becoming really sunny and hot there. So let's see what else we can have that I have. Bromelias, no. Look at that beautiful variegated Monstera. Doing so well there, growing up the pillar. No, more bromelias and more bromelias. This garden is, and I've thrown so many of these bromelias I've thrown out already. Let's see what else we have. There's a whole lot of pots here, but these are all just anthuriums. It's the little colorful ones. No, I don't think I should put any of them in there. They, historically, I've tried it. They're not doing well. There's an Atabapuense growing up the palm. Really pretty. Another alocasia. I've got lots of those, it seems. No, I don't think the Atabapuense is going to do well there. It's going to be too much sun in the summer. Look at the Baluanum there in the sun. It's actually not bad. Maybe I should reconsider. Maybe I should put a baluanum in there. What else we have? There's a whole lot of the Spanish moss. Maybe on the wall. I don't know. Here's some more. The other option I have is a citrus tree, although I don't know what these ones are. It could be ordinary lemon, it could be a kumquat. Kumquats are generally small trees. Let me show you the kumquat I have in the garden. Okay, I know it's difficult to see because it's fairly overgrown here. This tree is about 20 years old. I found it when I bought the property. It's never really grown any bigger than this. So it needs a little bit of a pruning, but it always rewards you with these small little kumquats. They're quite nice to eat. Some people make jam with it. I've also seen people making chutneys. Okay, back to this. That's an option. I could put that there. There's more bromelias. There's an epipremnum marble that fell into the pond, not doing well. Speaking of citrus, I have an idea. This tree also have to go. This is a Thai lime leaf. It's standing in the wrong place. It came up from seed. Didn't plant it there. Look at the very specific shape of the leaf. Thai lime. A lot used in Asian cooking. Very good taste. You can really try that. Very specific taste to the leaf. Maybe I should take that one out. That should do well there, and it's also a small tree. I've got another one in the garden. That's where the seed came from. Then here in the courtyard at the back, there's another citrus tree. This is quite big. Maybe that is also a option that I can put in there. This I definitely want to do. This is a chili bush, a Scotch bonnet, if I'm correct. Hot as hell, and it really needs to grow in the ground. It's not happy in the pot, and I've had it now for a year or so in there. It's a sort of the dark leaf alocasia. That's an option. Here's another citrus tree that grew in a bag. I put it in this pot, and it obviously has rooted in this huge bowl. So I just think this is a nightmare to going to get out of there, and it's a little bit too big. It's happy here. I think I must just leave it. Let's see what else we have. You can see there it used to be in a bag, but obviously that size tree, the roots are not in the bag anymore. It's long gone into the pot. Okay, just to show you some more, this is the Mickey Mouse alocasia, literally growing next door to where I wanted to redo this bed, and the dark leaf alocasia. They're doing well, so I'm confident that those alocasias will do well where I'm going to plant them there. This is maybe a little bit more shaded, but it should do well there. Okay, this is the day before we tackle this bed. Make sure that I water it well. Had the hose pipe there. Just making sure that the soil is not too hard to take out those other plants. This is me trying to save the Rothmania from all these deliciousas that's taking over. Just trying to get rid of most of it, clean it up. Also make sure that the plant is well watered the day before so that it's not stressing too much when you take it out of the pot. Getting rid of all of that, and it looks like there's more than one plant. Let me get the camera and then I can show you. Okay, here you go. It looks like there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 of them are very small, but the other ones are quite large. It's going to be a nightmare to try and get it out of the spot, but that's excellent because then I can use this as the anchor for that bed and plant quite a few of them there. Before we carry on, let me quickly show you what the Rothmania looks like. This is the original one I have in the garden. This one is growing in too much shade. It's quite tall, not quite as tall as I would want that to grow in that bed if I planted there. But unfortunately, fortunately I can trim it. You can see these little buds. It's going to flower one of these days. It's make these really clusters of pretty white flowers. So I think this is going to be in spring. And then there's a seed pod that was still from last season. It's quite full of seeds, so it's easy to propagate or easy to grow from seed. This one, as I say, no, just a dead leaf. This one, as I say, is getting too much shade. That's why it's getting so long. There's too many trees around it. And I've got some that's growing in the garden. That's the old seed pots from spring. We're now in autumn and winter, so these will dry out and ripen, and you can actually propagate this plant from planting seeds. Okay, and we're getting there. Meet Austin, my gardener. He is here for today. He's going to help me just to clean up and plant everything, because this is a lot of work. Let me just try and get rid of that bamboo palm first. I'm going to bring the plants that we're going to put in there so long while he just digs out all of that. It's quite easy. It's going quite fast because the soil is nice and wet. So he's just taking most of the stuff out while I bring the plants that I want to put in there. I'm going to put here so that gives you an idea. If you see all the plants together and you see the space that you're going to put it in, whether it's going to fit, what it's going to look like, whether you're making the right decisions. So, yep, that was that anthurium that I cut off. And I'm just collecting now stuff and putting it together to see, what it's going to look like once everything is planted. Just gives you a rough idea of what the space will end up looking like. I also still have to serve breakfast, so Austin is going to do that while I'm still busy in the house. And then once we're done, I will show you all the plants that's there and how we're making progress. Okay, these are all the plants that I have here so far. There's the anthurium, the Mickey Mouse, the bromelias, and more the other anthurium. I can cut these bromelias into smaller pieces. There's the chili bush, the alocasia. This is where the nandina is in, and I'm planting this for the nandina, not as much for the anthurium that's here. And then there's the pot with the Rothmania. I'm going to take this apart. I hope they all make it. I hope they don't die. And look at all the stuff that we've already taken out. This stuff is quite a pest. It's been growing there for years. I started it in one clump, and over the years it just went in different directions, and it actually took over the whole bed. It's quite a nuisance. You have to control it. If you don't control it, this whole thing just rambles along and doesn't look good anymore. I think here we're almost done. A lot of stuff, then we'll start cleaning this. And once we've cleaned this, there's some what's those other things? There's there as well, but we'll keep them. The calatheas. It's a calathea that's growing there. Okay, and we are almost there. It's almost everything is clean, and we can get ready for planting. The last of the stuff is coming out. Wasn't that much work. The ground was still nice and soft, quite easy, and we are done. Let's start unpotting and planting. I'm looking forward to this because this is the creative part of it. Okay, let's start with the Romania speciosa. It's a weird pot it was planted in. It looks like it was semi-hydro. It had this plastic thing at the bottom, but it had a hole in the pot, so no, it wasn't semi-hydro. Anyway, got it out, didn't break off too many roots, and I think there was 8 pieces in the end. 2 of them are very small, the others are quite large. But we're going to use this as an anchor. So this is going to create the theme of this bed is the Rothmania. Once they establish and they grow well, this is going to bind everything together, and the rest will basically just be underplanting. That's the taka going in, or the bat flower, the anthuriums with the nandina that's going in. That is the alocasia. also the Mickey Mouse plant has gone in. There's the other anthuriums that's going in, the ones that I've cut in half, and the little sad one looking at the back. This one I'm planting here is a gloriosum. I'm hoping it's going to do well. I'll keep an eye on the gloriosum and the bat flower. The bromelias that we're also planting. I'm planting that as a barrier so that people don't accidentally walk in there. There used to grow a lot of mondo grass in here, but that papyrus stuff has basically killed off all the mondo grass. Just a bit of cleaning up. That was quite quick. And now watering the plants in. So I have to make sure that everyone I planted, we water in quite well, so that if there's any air pockets, that the water fills this up and the soil that's around there fill up these air pockets, so that everything gets established quite quickly. Remember, now we're in winter, so this is not really the growing season. Let me quickly show you. There's the bat flower. You can see some clusters of the mondo grass left. There is the Thai lime leaf that we've put in, the alocasia, the Mickey Mouse, the anthuriums here on the left. You won't be able to see the very small Rothmanias that we've planted. There's even one here. Let's come around. You'll see there's the row of the spiky bromelias, so that people don't really just walk in there. And I think it came out quite well. We left the some of the plants that was there. It looks like there's a little bald patch in the middle. I think the other anthuriums, the other bromelias that I saw at the back, I think I'm going to put that in there. But for now, let's put some fertilizer down. This is an organic fertilizer. It's a sort of 6-4-3, I think. It's guano mix. It's very well compressed, so I'm using that quite liberally. I know it's winter, I know it's not growing season, but it will release the nutrients in the soil, so come summer, it's ready to be taken up by the plants. Just the last watering to make it wet, nice and soft, and then let me show you what the almost final product look like. You'll see there is a little bald spot. I did show you the bromelias right in the beginning that I want to plant there. Let me quickly go and get it and plant it there. And then while you look at that, I need to ask you a favor. My gardener, Austin, only works 3 days a week. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel. If I have more than 1,000 subscribers, I can monetize the channel. And I can maybe use some of that money to give him a kind of more permanent job. If I can bring him in 1 day a week, then at least he works 4 days a week. The unemployment in South Africa is already, 40%. So by just subscribing, clicking a like, maybe leaving a comment, show this to a friend, let them subscribe, you will do the right thing, and we can all help somebody by doing almost nothing. With that thought, thank you very much. Please like, please subscribe, leave a comment. I will so much appreciate it. Let's make a difference to somebody. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and I will definitely keep you updated on this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.